Hi everyone, thanks so much for clicking on this video and taking the time to watch it. This one's been quite a long time in coming, probably about 2 years I've been planning to make something similar to this. But I finally had some time off work and I thought, you know what, it's time to get it done, crack on with it and get the LEGO Technic Supercars up on the wall. Here's the final result, and honestly I'm really chuffed with how it turned out. All 5 of the 1.8 scale Technic Supercars are up on the wall now, and I managed to light them up like an art gallery. But of course this video isn't just about sort of showing the final result. I wanted to do a bit of a sort of take you through the process, what I did, how I did it, and any little lessons I learned along the way really. I think probably one of the main lessons is check your lights before you check out on AliExpress, just to make sure you order the right ones. On that subject though, let's start with the lighting, because honestly it was one of the cool little finds I think of doing this project, was these little puck lights. They call them PUCK, I guess like hockey puck I guess. I found them on AliExpress for 16 quid for 6 of them. They're all wireless and rechargeable and all that kind of stuff as well, and I thought 16 quid, that is worth a shout. I think they're brilliant, to be fair. They've got a little remote control with them, they're really easy to use, and I'll show you a little bit more about those later in the video. I guess before I even get onto the fun stuff, there was a ton of prep work to do with the Lego room, or the home office I guess is what it is. First I needed to clear out the room. If you've ever moved Lego sets before, you'll know how nerve-wracking all that can be. But I used plastic food wrap to protect the bigger sets, or cling film, saran wrap, depends on what country you're in, depends what it's called. You just wrap it around your Lego sets and it just makes moving them a little less stressful, bit cheap, easy to move, and it's worked like a charm when I did it. Whilst I was moving things out and about all the way, I gave all my sets a quick dusting as well. I use I think called the flash wipe. It's I don't know if it's just a UK thing, but it's one of these ones where it claims to be magnetic with dust. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I just think it's great for Lego sets because it's quite dainty and light, so it can glide across the sets quite good, and it picks up dust really well. And I use one of these like microfiber mop things by a brand called Oxo. Got it off Amazon a while back, and it's pretty good. Great for Lego sets that are out in the wild and away from the cabinets. After moving all the furniture around, putting up the sheets, and moving the Lego out of the room, or the main Lego out of the room I guess, that I could, it was time to get started with the painting. I used a base of white coat for the walls and the ceiling, and then the main colour I went for, I wanted like a nice calming colour, so I went with sage green from a brand called Dulux Heritage. That's another UK brand obviously. I wanted a nice calm relaxing colour. I think it works really well with the IKEA white Lego displays as well, and the grey colour of the sort of backing plates. So yeah, I was quite pleased with it as a choice. I think it looks really good. What do you guys think? Let me know if you like the colour choice. I think painting the room itself wasn't as simple as I hoped it would be. We had to do it in 2 halves because of all the furniture that are in it. Half the side with the Billy bookcases was done last, so you had to kind of pull them off the wall, paint behind them, and then push them back into place. Not a massive job, but it just added a little bit more time to it overall. Really pleased with how everything turned out though, and yeah, it looked fantastic, and I'm really pleased with the colour as well. It's a lovely colour. This part took a little bit of planning, the actual wall itself. The backing plates I used are all 33 centimetres wide, so after measuring the wall I needed 4 gaps in between the 5 cars, as well as a gap on either side, so I kind of wanted to try and keep it symmetrical as possible. So I also did a 10 centimetre drop from the ceiling as well, and yeah, for the same reason really. I just wanted to make everything as nice and symmetrical as possible. 10 centimetre gap in between them, 10 centimetres from the ceiling, just seemed to work really well, and I think to the eye it looked quite pleasing. I started using a like a mounting bracket thing for them. They're called Bullfix. I got them from Amazon a long time ago, but they're called wall anchors for drywall or plasterboard. I guess depends on what country. In the UK we call it plasterboard, but they're really good. They can take a lot of weight, so they're definitely overkill for the weight of these Lego sets. I mean, you can put like 30 kilogram mirrors on the wall and all sorts with them, but yeah, I thought better safe than sorry. The anchors come with like a 22mm drill bit, so once you make the hole you insert the little plug and then tighten this like butterfly anchor with a screw. It's really simple, but you just have to be really precise with it because it's a 22mm hole, so there's not much room for error. So once you get all your measurements done, you just need to be really sort of precise, I guess, with it. Once I got the first one up, I used a spirit level just to make sure I was happy with it. Got it nice and level, and then what I did is I just taped it in place on the wall, and then I set up the next plate using that first one as the guidance to keep the 10cm gap and then keep it consistent, and then it's just rinse and repeat until all 5 plates are up. Really, I just use the previous one as the marker for the next one. With all the backing plates done, it was then time to crack on with the lighting. The part that really makes the display stand out, I think. Like I mentioned earlier, I got these puck lights from AliExpress, rechargeable, wireless, and come with like a little magnetic disc that you stick to the wall, so you can stick them anywhere and just pop them off the wall to recharge them when you need to. I experimented with a placement, and I kind of thought that about 15cm away from the wall and dead centre above each car gave the best results. I think when I had them too close, it didn't really shine as on the car as much as I wanted, and I had them too far away that was lighting up the room rather than the cars. So at first I had this grand plan that the Lamborghini would have a green light, the McLaren a yellow, the Ferrari a red, and so on. But when I used the RGB lights, they just didn't look right. I'll be honest with you, I thought it was a bit tacky, especially with the Billy bookcases in the background. So I swapped them with the plain white lights that I bought by accident. And yeah, what a difference the white light gave the cabinet a really clean look. I thought it looked less tacky, and yeah. So for brightness, I kept them at about 10%, which is just enough to highlight the cars without being overpowering, and it probably extends the battery life too. But I've had them on for quite a few hours now, and they're still going strong. I ain't needed to recharge them. My original plan was to buy the RGB ones for this wall. They're the ones they're the ones I meant to buy, and then what I did was I accidentally bought the white ones, so then I had to buy a second set of the RGB ones. But I'm really pleased that happened, because obviously I got to keep the white ones, which is my preference. What do you think? Do you think I made the right decision there, or should I have kept with the colour ones? So I bought the backing plates from a company called Unique Display, they're called. I really like the quality of them. They're not cheap, none of these backing plates are, but there was a couple of companies out in Europe that I really liked their backing plates. Obviously, I think I preferred them, but they just didn't do shipping, and it was really, really expensive. But these guys kind of, they fit the criteria. I quite like the grey and the fact they're all lined up and they look nice and symmetrical together. But I'm pretty much screwed, I think, when a sixth car comes out, because I don't think I've got enough room for them. Might have to start on the other wall behind it. But I think one of my biggest gripes with these is the McLaren P1 logo. All the other cars have got a nice big logo in the top right which you can stick on, and the P1 logo is just a bit crappy. I think it's just a bit small. So if anybody knows where I can get a decent 3D McLaren logo, then yeah, let me know, because this one's just a bit meh, a bit tame, I think. So yeah, what do you think of the final look? Do you prefer the RGB lights, the red, green and blue ones, or the multicoloured ones as they are? Or did I make the right choice with sticking with the white type? I'd like to hear people's opinions on that, because I think the colour ones look a bit too tacky, but I don't know, each their own, I guess. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what everybody else's thoughts is on that. If you've got any of these Technic cars, would you consider doing something like this? Is this sort of inspiring you to do something similar? And I guess, lastly, which one's your favourite? I think for me, the Lamborghini still is my favourite one of the cars. Aesthetically, I think it looks the best. I think for build wise, I think I enjoyed the McLaren the most, even though it's the most recent one, so it's the most fresh in my memory. But that build was absolutely fantastic. It was really good. Certainly a damn sight better than the Ferrari, which was a shocking build. That's such a bad build, that Ferrari. I hated that one. It was boring as hell, and I think it was possibly rushed, I think, by LEGO. But yeah, I guess anybody that's built the Ferrari, or anybody that's built all of these cars, or even more than one, and has built that Ferrari, will probably recognise what I'm talking about there. But yeah, looking ahead, I've got some plans for maybe some comparison videos between the cars, the builds. I'll do a room tour at some point of the whole room, because I've got the other LEGO cabinet opposite, and I've got to do some rejigging with that and move some sets around. But yeah, please consider subscribing. I'm still obviously I'm a tiny channel. It'd be really cool to hit 50 subs, so that'd be nice. So yeah, if you drop a comment with any feedback, any comments, always constructive comments are welcome. It's nice to hear people's thoughts on what we're doing. I'll reply to as many of you as I can. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.